Hey everybody in Facebook world, we are back, and we're back with a very familiar face to many of you, I hope. Kinga from Stamped.
Hello.
Yeah, so some of you may know Kinga from her other venues, but Kinga, for those who don't know you're at Stamped now, or don't know what Stamped is, let everybody know a little bit about Stamped.
I'm really excited. I love Stamped already. That's why, I made the jumps, as we like to all recall.
Yeah.
So Stamped is really cool. It's a really cool concept. So it's actually a tech-enabled CPA, and what we specialize in is year-ends. And on top of that, what we specialize in is expediting them in a faster time than the average accountant would be able to do it. And the way we do that is by using our I can speak English, our own proprietary software. So we're able to use our own CPAs as well as our own program to get the year ends out in time. So we do T2s, compilation engagements, and financial statements, and the odd review here and there, depending how busy we are, which is busy lately, which is a great thing. But
That's awesome.
It's a really cool concept, and everyone we talk to about it seems to be like, what? Where did this come from? Because year ends have never been a thing in the tech sphere. It was just kind of known that bookkeepers pass off the year ends to accountants and I'm done.
Yeah.
And this way bookkeepers can keep that work in-house. They don't have to pass off their clients. They don't have to deal with a million different accountants because each client maybe has their own accountant. And accountants, we're not trying to steal all your business. Hold up before anyone says
That's right, because accountants can use the services too.
And they do actually. So many accountants use us just to offload some work and maybe even, help their clients if they don't offer that specific service. Busy times, busy seasons, busy clients, and we can always help if you need a T2 or a compilation in a fraction of the time. So
Yeah, absolutely. And Stamped has actually been around in Canada for several years because Simon and I first met pre-COVID. And then all of a sudden they come back around. I'm like, okay, I was in the right mind frame. I think it was also the way that Kinga explained it was a little different than the way Simon explained it.
Well, Simon has a little bit of a language barrier. He translates things really funny sometimes.
For those who don't know Simon, he's from Quebec. He's French, right?
So funny.
So you've got that absolutely wonderful person. You see him, you just want to go out and give him a great big hug. He's just always smiling and it's nice and huggy. But no, and it's absolutely great, and it's I've seen it. I have unfortunately yet to use it, just simply because of the fact that we've offloaded some clients. We haven't brought in on any new clients in probably a year and a half, and we are now going back into growth mode. And this is great because if clients don't have an accountant, if they do have an accountant that they want to use, great. If they don't have an accountant, so they're just incorporating, they're just whichever, this is a perfect opportunity to, again, keep things in-house. It can go through a lot quicker, and it's not quite, because there's certain laws, but it's almost in a way white labeled to us, is it not? Yes and no.
The plan is it will be. There will be the option to do that, but because a lot of these require a CPA to actually sign off on it and submit it, we can do that.
Yeah.
There are options to not really communicate much with the client, unless it's a compilation engagement, of course. But most of it can go just through the bookkeeper, so the client kind of has his hands off, just signs one or two things, and done.
Exactly, and that's what I meant with the kind of white labeled with that. Now, if the bookkeeper is uncomfortable and wants the accountant involved, you can have them involved in those conversations.
Absolutely, and we have our own online software as well, which is kind of cool. So it actually connects with all of the accounting softwares that we currently all use. And you can actually communicate in-app through the Stamped AI website, and you can invite whomever onto the page, and you can actually see the status, the progress reports, and who's actually working on the file. And then, if anything's needed, anything's missing, or anything needs any fixing, you actually communicate through the app, so everything's kind of in one place, but you can also have whomever on the app.
Yeah.
So your accountant, or your bookkeeper, or the actual client if you like to have them involved.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So for those people out there that I know are asking, I do know the answer to this question is because yes, Kinga did say that the CPA does have to sign off on it. So they do have to sign an engagement directly with Stamped. But the billing, we also have the option that we can take care of the billing, so we can bill the client instead of you billing the client directly. So again, it's still a little bit more white labeled in that aspect, or maybe not white label, but maybe full service. Maybe it might be a better.
And it's kind of neat how we do it as well, because we offer volume discounts. And bookkeepers, you guys have volume in most cases. It's very rare that you have like 1 or 2 clients, and so we do offer that volume discount that you can offset, and I mean even profit in the end, right? If your client, however you choose to bill your clients is how you choose to bill your clients. But we do offer volume discounts. So that's always an option as well.
And that's great. I absolutely love all of that, and I love, again, this. Now you also, and I know this from previous conversations, and I hope it has not changed, because if so, then
I hope so too.
but you guys also, for some clients that maybe are using some obscure software or still working in Excel, we can take the Excel working papers and upload it directly from there.
That's never going to go away.
Perfect.
Especially because of desktop clients, and like you said, like a lot of people are still working in Excel, and if they're not going to change, then that's fine. We can just work around that and make anything work.
Yeah,
we see it all the
exactly.
time.
So very versatile with that, and that's great. So now the big thing, of course, they started in Canada. They were in Canada. You guys have now just recently been approved for the App Store for the US, correct?
Just the QBO App Store.
Just the QBO App Store, okay.
But we're approved. We're in the App Store. Unfortunately, we couldn't actually get a booth at QB Connect here. We weren't in the App Store then, but it was about a month ago where we actually got in, so we're super excited to be in it. We don't particularly work in the US right now, because we do have to get all of the certifications in different states and all that fun stuff, but we are in the App Store to kind of get that ball rolling.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I also do want to clarify too that you're not using outsourced offshore CPAs.
No.
So if we're in Canada, a Canadian CPA will be working on the Canadian files.
Yes.
A US designated CPA will be working on in whichever states and all of that.
Yeah, and that's kind of the goal. We want to make sure that everything is by the book. Sometimes we are too meticulous, and that's kind of been a laughing point, but it's your books, right? You want to make sure everything's on point. And then if you come back next year, it's less work, right? So it kind of works out pretty well. We actually just got Neil Blue on board.
Oh.
Yes. So he's actually going to be heading up our operations team. So that's kind of a fun announcement that we've been kind of getting out there. But we do have, CPAs all over Canada. And we're really excited to grow, and we're always looking for more. So if you're looking for a job.
That's awesome. Now I'm going to have to ask Neil, what happened with his, that's a whole other story.
Oh, he's not working as a CPA, but he's actually just overseeing the operation.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Neil he knows his stuff. Him and his father, co-owned an accounting firm, Edmonton, I want to say.
In Edmonton.
Yeah, in Edmonton. And Neil is awesome. He knows his stuff. So,
He came in with a bang, let me tell you. It was day 3, and we had the whole process change. I'm like, well, welcome to Stamped.
That's awesome.
He's great. Yeah,
that's
we're really
awesome.
excited.
So so those so there's no booth, so you've got to look for Kinga. She's wearing the stamped shirt. Simon is walking around too. Do you have anybody else from the team here? Is it
just the 2 of us? Vegas isn't cheap, guys. Not in this economy.
Yeah.
But if you do find us, we have a great campaign going around. It's called Plant with Stamped. We're super excited about it. You can actually go online on our Stamped page on Facebook, and there's a URL that you can click, and we will plant a tree for every accountant and bookkeeper that signs up. But if you are at QB Connect in Vegas, find myself or Simon, and all you have to do is scan this barcode on this card, and we'll plant a tree on your behalf. We're working with Tree Canada, which I keep telling myself to remember to say. We're not going outside and planting trees ourselves.
Right.
No, it would just hurt.
Of course.
Tree Canada's planting the trees, and so for every person that actually scans the barcode, 1 tree.
And I think that's awesome. And as soon as I saw that, I knew Kinga probably wouldn't get the email because she was traveling, but I had to respond and go, I love that. In place of swag, there's that social aspect to it. I think it's so, so important. So many more of us these days are aware of that. And of course, we have the social aspect, which they are part of our puppy campaign. I do believe her puppies are already, they've already been rehomed. So that's great. But, you know, she definitely stamped as part of the, I think we're just over $1,500, which is being donated from, you know, here alone to Beagle Freedom Project, and we're just over 5,000 for the year from the 3 major conferences from you guys. And of course, stamped as part of our online scavenger hunt, so make sure that you go on, do that every you know thing that you find through there, or answer correctly. Leanne set it up, so I don't know what all of them are, but it's one entry for lots of prizes, and you know, one of them is an iPad. So who, you know, these days doesn't want to have an iPad to be able to work mobile, right?
Take what it can get.
Exactly. So that's great. So, you know, thank you so much, Kinga,
thank you.
for being here. I love the plant was stamped.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. So make sure you guys come by, check them out, be ready for when they're launching in the US. The Canadians, get out there, check them out. It's absolutely a great opportunity, again, for both bookkeepers and accountants.
Yes.
So not saying, you know, bad to the accountants, because what happens if you're an accountant and you don't have enough clients to be able to hire a full-time accountant? You're doing all the extra work.
You're not sleeping.
Outsource it. Outsource it to somebody who you know is a true Canadian CPA following the standards. Absolutely brilliant idea. So
yeah,
perfect.
Really excited.
All right. So just before we wrap up, was there anything else you wanted the folks to know?
Plant a tree.
There we go. Awesome.
Let's do this. Let's plant as many as we can. It's worth it. It's a great cause. And
it absolutely is. Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you around.